Hi, everyone, and welcome back to your practice. My name is Emily, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today for a very grounding, slow practice to get into our nervous system, find a sense of calm and ease, hopefully, and just get into some deep restorative stretching. Whatever you have at home to be more comfortable will be great. I have a block and a blanket with me today, but if you have a foam roller, pillow, blankets at home, feel free to use what you have. And let's go ahead and get started. So start in an upright seat. I have my hips elevated on a blanket. Feel free to do that with your block or pillow if you'd like. Just sitting up tall, eventually allowing your eyes to close. Take a deep breath. Just easing into stillness, starting to lengthen your exhales, starting to soften the muscles of your face, relax the stomach, and take deeper breaths. As always, just acknowledging your effort to show up on your mat today, gratitude for the chance to move, to connect, and to stay present, to focus only on you and your practice. That's the goal. So let's continue to focus on our breath here. I'll talk you through some box breathing. So basically that just means equal count, inhale, pause, exhale, and pause. So in between the breath in and out, you just have a slight hold and just kind of observing that space between the breath. So feel free to join in with me. You can always change the count if you need to. Again, finding that nice tall seat, relaxing the stomach. Just take a full breath in through the nose here and exhale out through the mouth. Once you let out all of that air, let's take an inhale count of 4. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Full exhale for 4, 2, 1. Try to pause at the bottom of that exhale for 2, 3, 4. Again, breathing in 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. Unclench your jaw. Breathe in. So as you do this, if it's helpful for you, you can visualize a box or a square, right? Visualizing that equal breath, equal hold, 4 sides. If that's helpful to find a visual. If not, just visualize the breath moving in and out of the body. It's a practice for your nervous system, tuning into that rest and digest. So let's take just a few more rounds like that. Breathing in. Notice that space. See if you can take 2 more rounds on your own. And again, you can shorten or lengthen that count. And slowly start to come back to that natural rhythm of your breath. No counting, no holding, just observe the breath moving in and out. Notice how you feel. And while you're in this calm headspace, just think about a mantra, an affirmation, or an intention for practice or even for the rest of your day. So I usually start with simple presence or patience, right? Planting that seed. So if that resonates with you, you can repeat that to yourself. I am present, I will be present, right? Or anything else that comes to your mind. And then from there, coming back to the breath, let's switch the cross of your legs if you're in a crisscross seat and start to move through cat and cow. So on your inhale, lifting your chin, lifting your chest. You can keep the eyes closed. As you exhale, lean back into your hips, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, round your back. Inhale to rock forward, lifting up, open the heart. Exhale to rock back and lean back. Move with your breath just like this. I always kind of slide the hands down towards the knees as you exhale. Slide forward towards the hips to open up the heart a little bit more on the inhale. So keep this rock forward and back, or take some circles with the torso, adding kind of that little pelvic tilt as you inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, rounding and leaning back. Just see what feels good on your hips. You can always take your prop away if you're sitting on something here. Switch the direction. And then just start to make those circles smaller and smaller. So you're slowly kind of stacking the spine again, bringing the shoulders back over the hips. Once you're back to that upright seat, just stay. Take your fingers out wider than your seat and take your left ear to your left shoulder. From there, turn your chin and nose down towards the left shoulder, and then turn your chin forward or even up, and do that 2 more times. So it's like taking your chin towards your shoulder and then ear towards your shoulder. So just really easy movement. And then see what feels best for you, whether it's your ear or your chin tucking down. Stay there. Walk your right hand a little bit further to the right. Add a gentle press of your left hand. So really you're just adding the weight of your left hand, nothing too forced here. Let your belly relax. Take an inhale and take a full exhale. Release the left hand from the head. Bring your left hand out to the left and switch sides. Take right ear to right shoulder. Then turn your chin towards shoulder, and just like we did before, this really gentle, easy movement, looking forward, looking down, and you're just trying to keep the rest of the body relaxed, especially your face. Then decide where you want to stay. You can pause there, ear down, chin down, walk your left hand out a little further, and take your right hand to your head. Stay sitting up tall, but keep the shoulders heavy. Taking another breath right here. And then release the right hand. Now roll your chin towards your chest. Staying there, or both hands gently come to the back of the head. Hug the elbows in, rounding your upper back, maybe even leaning back into the hips just slightly. And then take an inhale to lift through the chin, reach the arms up high. Exhale, side bend, right hand down, left arm up and over your ear. Inhale, both arms reach up, stretch a little taller. Exhale to the left. One more each side. Breathe in to reach up. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale to reach up high. Exhale, lean to the left. Now arms reach up on the breath in and hinge forward now to fold as you breathe out. I'm going to take my blanket away from my hips here. You're welcome to do that too. Walk your hands as far forward as feels good. Relax your head between your arms, even slight tuck of your chin. And then just gently encourage your hips to remain heavy on the floor. Starting to walk the hands over towards the left side. Reaching your right hand a little further to the left. And encouraging your right hip to press back. And then walk through center. Breathe in, over to the right. Press your left hip into the floor, relax your head. And walk your hands through center. On an inhale, sit up tall. Take your hands behind you and uncross your legs. Take your feet wide. And let's just bring a little movement there. So windshield wiper your legs, rolling to the right and the left. And when in doubt, just take your feet even wider. And then from here, we'll sit up tall once again. Keep the right leg extended and bend your left knee. So sole of the left foot inside of that right inner thigh. You can always elevate your left knee with your block or pillow or blanket if you need to. We're going to keep the legs just like this and take your left hand to your chest. So if you have a shirt or sports bra on, feel free to move it over a little bit. You're going to take your fingers right below the clavicle, the collarbone. So you'll almost like you'll feel a little divot, right? Kind of right above the breast tissue where the pec, above the pecs. Sorry, my microphone is having a little trouble here. So what we're doing is a little myofascial release for our chest. So you, just like with anything in this practice, just use your intuition here. I like to draw little circles, right? You can also walk your hands in and back a bit. So you're right inside of that shoulder, right underneath the collarbone. So hopefully that makes a little more sense. And just, again, hold that pressure point, maybe find some circular motions. Most of us are pretty tight across the chest just from daily activities like working, sitting at a desk, sleeping, right? We're kind of in this forward-facing rounding position. So all we're doing here is breaking up some of that tight tissue, hopefully relieving some tension here. So let's just take a few more breaths. Again, you can hold that pressure or find your little circles. Another thing you can do is add just some really gentle movement of your head like we were just doing before. Little turn of the chin down, up. See if you can take 2 more breaths here. Relax, relax with every exhale. All right, from here, I'll always stay as long as you feel like you need, or release the left hand and just notice, right? Maybe that right shoulder drops a little bit more or your right side feels a little bit heavier. Let's stay here for 1 more breath. And then see if you can stretch both arms up high. Exhale, we'll fold forward and slightly towards the right. So if you do have a strap here, you're welcome to wrap it around that right foot. You can reach inside the knee and the foot, or even grab onto that right foot if you'd like. And while you're holding here, again, just kind of just observing slightly the right side versus the left. Coming back into those long and steady exhales. 1 more breath here. And then we'll keep leaning towards the right. Just stretch your left arm up and towards the sky. So reaching your arm up and over your ear. You can roll out your wrist width of that left hand, or you can circle your entire left arm. So moving through the shoulder. Think like swimming, just going forward and going back. And then the next time your left arm is up and over your ear, just go ahead and stay. Maybe you look up towards the sky as you reach your arm a little further back. Breathing in deeply, exhaling completely. And then inhale, go ahead and rise up and take your left hand back behind you. Right hand towards your left thigh or knee for a twist. Looking over that left shoulder, continue to stay heavy through both sit bones. And then keep your twist, just turn your chin over the right shoulder. So just finding a little bit more length and space. 1 more breath right here. And then carefully unwind from that. Go ahead and stretch out your left leg and bend your right knee. So again, if you, now that you know we'll be here for a little while, you can use a block or pillow under the right knee. And then we'll start with that myofascial release on the left side of the chest. So Pardon me as I get my microphone set up. So make sure you're relaxed in your hips and your legs, and then the right hand will reach under your shirt or under your sports bra, right below the clavicle. So you're inside of the armpit, kind of like in between the chest and the shoulder. And just like the last side, just notice, right, what needs to be done here. Maybe a little bit of movement, little circles. You might feel a knot right away. If you do, move your fingers in or out a little bit. Maybe working a little closer to the shoulder or a little closer to the sternum. Just make sure you don't feel any sharp or shooting pain. It's just sensation. Continue to relax through the belly and the face. Using your own intuition. Take what you need. Sometimes it feels good to keep the pressure and add just that little slight movement of your head. Turning your chin. Let's take maybe 4 to 5 more breaths here. You might kind of notice your dominant side is a little bit tighter. We were just observing. No judgment. Okay, go ahead and take 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, just let that go. I just have to give my hand a little shake out. And then just for a moment, sit up tall. Notice, right, how your body responds. Maybe your left shoulder, left side feels a little bit heavier or more grounded. And then on your breath in, sweep the arms up. Exhale to fold forward towards the left. So again, if you have a strap, you can reach for that, and reach for your mat, or even hold on to the foot. And keep pushing into that right hip as well. And then again, staying right here, or you can sweep the right arm up and over your ear for that side bend. Rolling out your wrist might feel nice, or you can circle, sweep the arm and shoulder a couple of times. All right, next time your right arm is up and over your ear, go ahead and stay and maybe turn the chest and look up to the sky. Push into your right hip. On your inhale, rise up into a twist. The right hand comes behind the back, left hand to the right thigh. Sitting up tall, turn your chin towards the left. So full twist. Deep breath. And then carefully unwind. From there, go ahead and stretch out your right leg. You can keep your feet wide or wide-ish here. Let's take one more seated fold. Arms come up. Exhale to hinge. Reach forward and fold. Hands can come towards the mat, your feet. You can always use multiple props here if you need to, or kind of hug onto your pillow if you'd like, a little more restorative. Taking at least 3 breaths. Take your next inhale to slowly walk the hands in, slowly rise. And just like we did a few moments ago, lean back, bend your knees, and come into those easy windshield wipers. So rolling your knees from right to left. And then from here, let's come to tabletop for just a couple moments here. So hands and knees, and then take your knees just a touch wider than your hips. Might be as wide as your mat. And start to rock hips back towards child's pose and then forward. So after some of that work in the chest, if you want a little bit more, you can drop the hips, think like a little up dog variation, a little scorpion. But if you feel like your back is tight or that's just too much, just keep a neutral spine. every exhale, you're feeling a little bit more length through the side body, a little bit more opening and space in the low back. Take 2 more of these rocks. These are one of my favorite movements to do for the whole body. And then go ahead and keep your hips back to heels for child's pose. Your forehead can come to the mat or even to your block. And then another option here is to push the elbows into the floor and bring your palms together behind your head or behind your neck. Belly relax between the thighs. Push your elbows down and towards your knees just slightly. And stretch through the backs of the arms and the chest. Breathe in and out. And stretch your arms forward. Lift your hips up just enough to walk your hands over to the left side. Reach your right hip back, chin to chest. Right hand reaches further to the left. On your inhale, lift the hips up enough to walk your hands up and over to the right. Left hip reaches further back, left hand reaches further forward. Closing the eyes. And this is all about using as little effort as possible today. On your breath in, return to center. Hands to the mat. Now lift your hips back to tabletop and just bring your knees directly underneath the hips. Take some cat and cow, some hip circles, just some feel good movement, whatever that looks like to you. You can always come back to those rocks too. Like I said, I love those. If you need that movement, take it. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and come back to neutral spine. Reach right hand high to the sky. Look up, breathe in. Exhale, thread the needle. Reach your right shoulder, right ear, all the way down to the floor. You can use your block here either under your head or left arm. Or for a little bit more, reach your left hand back behind your back. And again, while you're here, just think about where can you send the breath? Where can you let go a little bit more? Or how can this be any easier? We're here for one more breath. And then carefully unwind, left hand to the mat. Breathe in to reach the right hand high and up. Exhale, right hand down and shift to the left. Left hand to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale to thread through, left shoulder, left ear to the mat. Right hand can be elevated or wrap it around your back. One more exhale. Go ahead and unwind, bringing that right hand down. Lift your left hand to the sky. Exhale, release your left hand. And feel free to return to cat and cow or come to puppy pose. So hips stay over the knees and the arms walk forward. The chest is slowly sinking down towards the floor. Some of you might be able to put your chin down on the mat, maybe forehead comes down, or again, feel free to elevate with a prop like a block or pillow here. Just feeling so much space through the front body, through the rib cage, the chest. Opening up your heart for whatever is to come the rest of the day. Let's take one more breath together here. And then starting to lift the head, walk the hands back into tabletop. We're going to take that right foot out wide to the right. So your toes will be turning out to the right and the right heel will be in line with your left knee. So it's almost like a baby warrior two, except we're going to keep the hands on the floor. Okay, so shifting your hips back and forth, just like we did with both knees on the ground. This is a pretty big hip stretch. So if it's too much, you can always come up higher and kind of rock the knee back and forth, or you can also rock a little bit side to side. Sometimes people bring their foot in a little too close and have a lot more restriction. So if anything, just take your foot a little wider and move in a way that feels good on the right side and hip. You might start to come to the outer edge of that right foot just to create a little more space in your hip. And then from here, just bringing that right foot down to the mat. Keep this shape in your legs. Just start to come up to kneeling. So now you're kind of more in that warrior two shape. And we'll rock right to left now. So getting a little bit more into the inner thigh. Shifting your weight towards the foot and back. And then just land in that warrior two shape, the knee over the ankle. Right forearm down or right hand can slide inside of the thigh. Left arm up and over your ear. So just imagine extended side angle pose. For today, the goal is to open up through the side body like we've been doing, just finding a little bit more space. So again, think about how you can make this easier or more expansive. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Maybe slide your right elbow inside of the knee or inner thigh just to stretch a little bit deeper. All right, on your breath in, rise back to that kneeling position. We're going to take the left hand down now to the floor and start to straighten out that right leg. So you can put your left hand on a block. Your right toes will start to turn towards the other direction now. Turn forward, I guess. Okay, stay here, or now sweep right arm up and over your ear. So this is like a side plank shape. We're opening up through the chest. Deep breath in. As you exhale, eyes come down, the hands will come down, shifting back towards that tabletop. I'll keep the right leg straight and come back to those rocks. So rocking back and forth. Another great thing I like to do here is just cat and cow if you are feeling tight in your low back or inner thigh. Otherwise, just a few breaths opening up through the inner thigh. And feel free to keep moving, or maybe you even pause and hold that forward fold. You can come to block or forearms. And then take an inhale to rise back up to your hands. And then lastly, we'll keep the right foot out. Left hand comes up and come back to thread the needle. Left shoulder, left ear to the mat. It's almost like I could grab my right foot with the left hand. Just like we did before, the right hand can come forward or wrap it around your low back. One more inhale here. As you exhale, start to unwind, bringing left hand back up to the sky for one more breath. And then left hand to the mat. Right knee comes down. You can shift back to child's pose, cat and cow, or even a down dog, just if you're craving a little bit more movement. We'll take 2 or 3 breaths to just reset and observe right side versus left. And from here, meeting back in that tabletop position, we're going to work towards the left side now. So shoulders over wrists, left foot comes out to the left, toes are turning out to the left. I'll show you from the side again. So your left heel in line with your right knee, and then rocking forward and back here. But if that's too much on this side, you can always come up towards that half warrior two. Both sides are probably not going to feel exactly the same, so do what you need to do. Maybe coming towards the outer edge of the left foot. You can get 2 more moving breaths, and then we'll come up, right? All right, so when you're ready, stay in this leg position to start to come up towards that kneeling stance. And we'll rock side to side now. So leaning all the way towards the left, weight in that left foot, and then shifting back a bit. All right, keep your knee over your ankle. Imagine like your warrior two stance. Okay, and then left forearm to left thigh, right arm up and over your ear. Maybe reaching your arm back, maybe turning and looking up to the sky. You can stay here or slide your left forearm inside of the knee to stretch through your inner thigh a little bit more. And then take your time to slowly come up. We're going to start to straighten out this left leg. Turn your toes as the right hand lands to the floor. Right wrist under shoulder, taking that little baby side plank or gate pose here. So the left arm reaches up and over your ear again. Stretch. Breathe in. Exhale, eyes down, left hand comes down, walk back towards your tabletop position, keeping your left leg out, your left toes forward. Find your rocks once again or back into those cat and cows, whatever feels good on this side, on the left inner thigh. Good, and then just like before, option to kind of hold into a deeper fold, so maybe the forearms come down or come to a block. And then starting to rise back to your palms. We'll finish with that thread the needle on this side, so the right arm sweeps up. Exhale, right shoulder, right ear down. Thread the needle, your left hand can reach forward or to your low back. Taking one more breath. And start to unwind, reaching the right hand to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand down, left knee down. This time we're going to come all the way to our bellies. So stretching all the way down to the floor and come up into Sphinx. Forearms down, elbows as wide as your shoulders. Open up your collarbones, lifting your chest. You can stay here or turn your head to look over each shoulder. Roll your chin to your chest. Finding center on an inhale, get even heavier in your hips. Look forward or even up, take a breath. Exhale, widen your elbows, bring your forehead to your hands or turn your head to one side. You can rock your hips a little bit here, a little shake out. And then from here, we'll just roll to our side body. So if you need to adjust, obviously, please do. Otherwise, just laying onto your side, you can kind of use your arm as a pillow here, and we'll reach for the top leg. I should have told you a direction, but I did not. But for example, I'm on my right side, so I'm reaching for my left foot for a quad stretch. Okay, so just reaching for the left, or reaching for the top leg. If you can't quite grab your foot, you can definitely use a strap or even just slide that top knee back a bit behind the other, and you'll get an opening from the hip flexors, opening in the quad. And for a little bonus stretch, just take your shoulder back, kick your foot into your hand a little bit more. Your bottom leg can be straight or bent, doesn't really matter. Take one more breath. And then releasing your foot, we'll stay on this side. Just pull your knees in more so that you're like more in the fetal position. You can always elevate your head or put a prop between your knees. And we'll take a supine twist here. So again, I'm on my right side, so the left arm is going to reach up and out to the left. But Whatever arm's on top, take it out to the side. Like a capital letter T. You can turn your chin and just try to, again, relax as much as possible. Get as heavy as you can through the shoulders. Release any constriction in the belly. Maybe even just allow the mouth to open on your exhales. And taking a full breath in through your nose. Full breath out through your mouth. And turn your chin to center. Take your time to switch sides. So just rolling to the opposite side now. We'll start with that quad stretch. So again, feel free to use your arm as a little pillow here. Use your block. And then you're reaching for the top foot, top ankle, or even sliding your foot back just slightly to open up through the quad and hip flexor. And again, you can see what it feels like to straighten the bottom leg or keep it bent. It's up to you. For a little bonus, push your foot into your hand and take the head of your shoulder back to open up your chest. Think like dancer pose. All right, from here, releasing your foot, tuck your knees up a little bit more and bringing that top arm up and out for your twist. Softening your shoulders if it feels okay in your neck, turn your chin. And then again, just see how you can get a little more grounded. Breathing in and out, even slower. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Turn your chin to center. Go ahead and roll onto your back. So if you do need to adjust yourself on your mat at all, please do. And then go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Taking some rocks here, some circles with your knees and your hips. You can stay like this or take each knee in each hand, circle your knees out and in. Take the knees out wide and stay, or reach inside of your knees for happy baby. Reaching for your feet, pressing low back towards the floor. Feel free to move if you'd like. And then starting to come back to center. Bring your feet together to touch your knees out wide for Supta Baddha Konasana, or a butterfly shape. Again, if you have props and you'd like to use them under your knees, then please do. And if this becomes too uncomfortable, stretch your legs out. But for now, allowing the eyes to close if you can, and bringing your peace fingers or your index and middle finger outside of the eyes towards your temples. Keeping your shoulders heavy, just take some circles just like you did when you were massaging your chest. So again, circles or press and hold. Just be gentle with yourself. See if you can relax the rest of your face. And then take this up above your eyebrows. You can use more than just your peace fingers now. You can go little circles or side to side. And if for some reason or for any reason you don't want to touch your face right now, then just bring your attention to these areas and just visualize your body softening and letting go. If you are massaging above the eyebrows, you can move up a little bit, like towards third eye or right at your hairline, or like towards the scalp, depending where your hairline is. You can start to spread the fingers and draw circles all around your head. Again, don't worry about messing up your hair. It's worth it, I promise. Maybe you find a spot that feels particularly good, hold there. And then taking this down to the ridge of your skull. So now where your head and neck meet, I like to use my thumbs here. You can kind of find those little notches. But again, you can just continue to do what feels best. You can use your fingers for the scalp or under the jaw, maybe back to the temples. This also feels really good with a block if you know, you know. Give yourself a couple more breaths right here. And then stay as long as you'd like, right? Just notice how your body responds, just signaling like, let go. It's okay. It's okay. Let go. Eventually, letting your hands now relax and bring your feet as wide as your mat and your knees fall into touch. So feel your low back getting heavy on the floor now. And just start with a body scan. So maybe just visualizing your head and shoulders supported by the mat, the floor, the earth beneath you. Soften that space between your eyebrows, your eyelids getting heavier. Release the bottom teeth from the top teeth, the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Exhale completely through your mouth. Visualize your upper back, your arms, your mid back, supported by the earth beneath you, your low back, the soles of your feet. And then even take that awareness further, zooming out. Just visualize yourself in the space that you're in. Visualize yourself here on the mat. Maybe the four walls surrounding you, if there are walls nearby. The space above you. And then taking that awareness further, just notice any sounds you can hear. Aside from the sound of your computer or phone, taking it a little bit further, maybe outside of the room that you're in or outside of the walls that you're in. Notice any smells in the air. Notice that cool air sensation through the nose as you breathe in. Notice that warmth on the upper lip as you breathe out. Notice anything you can taste, or even just the feeling of the mouth. Reminder to unclench the jaw, release the tongue, let your lips relax. And then just taking that awareness even further, from your mat, from the room, from your home. See if you can visualize your community, your neighborhood. Zooming out a little bit further, visualizing your city, the mountains, the desert, the trees. Just kind of notice where your mind takes you here. Maybe even zooming out further and further and sort of see like Google Maps seeing the earth, so much space, so much potential, all the way out into the stars, just sending all of this energy, this calm peace, and slowly starting to bring that awareness back in, zooming back in to yourself, to right here and now. Feel the breath, feel the body, notice your state of mind. And if you did say an intention, a mantra, a thought, an affirmation at the beginning of class, perhaps you repeat it now to yourself, or maybe think of a new one for the rest of the day after you've had this time to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself. And then just for a moment, just remember how this feels, right? This state of calm, easy, home base. This is exactly where we are meant to be and feel. Just remember this, save it for later when you need it. And then as your breath begins to deepen, just start to move the body. You can turn your head, you can start to move hands and feet. Your knees are still bent, you can extend your legs out long. And then from here, eventually coming to a seat if you'd like. You can also finish on your side or stay on your back as long as you might need. If you'd like to join me in a seat, just take your time to get there and see if you can turn your palms face up on your thighs, receiving this energy that you created in your own space that we've created together across the screen. And just taking a moment to send this energy out into the world, out off the mat, calm and peace. Then you can turn your palms face down on your thighs, just reminding yourself again and feeling gratitude for taking the time to show up and nurture yourself today. Let's bring the palms together in front of the heart, lifting your chest towards your palms, and then exhale, taking a bow of gratitude. Namaste. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. Please go take care of yourself. Take care of the people around you. Spread kindness, generosity, peace, and love, and just keep practicing. The world needs it. Thank you. My name is Emily, and I hope I see you again on the mat soon.